month of double blessing. All right, okay. I'm going into details of that now. See me in the camera if you want to know that. All right, on the program this wonderful morning, I have my wonderful guest, a lawyer and an advocate. Today we're talking about domestic violence. Have you experienced something like this before, or you have someone close to you who is a victim? It's like a disease eating into the family in this our society today, and we all need to take fast action to save innocent souls, because some people that are not experiencing it, the trauma, the feeling of or feeling pity for someone alone is giving some people bad vibes to enter into this marriage. Now, let me introduce my guest today. The first person I'll introduce is a woman of virtue. She's an alumni of the University of Lagos, where she had her first and second degree in economics. She also holds a diploma in professional counseling obtained from the Attitude Development International. She's passionate about well-being of women and children, and in protecting their rights. She has over 15 years field work experience of working with children in street conditions, boys and girls, teenage, pregnant girls, domestic and sexual violence survivors, and also engages students at all levels on their sexual health and reproductive rights, including sensitization of preventing any form of abuse. She is a SGBV Child and Family Life Advocate. She holds several certifications, few of which are organization management, social work, child protection, child psychology, family system engineering, abuse and trauma addiction and recovery therapy, hypnotherapy. I can't finish all of this. This is this is just to tell you that I didn't bring anyhow person on the program this morning. Someone that has been there, someone that will tell you anything she tells you today. Yes, I can beat my chest. Yes, it's the truth. She knows what she's saying. Now, let me just wrap it up like this. She's currently the state coordinator of Child Protection Network Lagos, an initiative of UNICEF. She belongs to several professional bodies. She enjoys teamwork, and her driving force is passion, love, accountability, service to humanity in truth and in action. Her core values for life and practice. She works at the Bimbo Odukoya Foundation as the executive coordinator. Join me this wonderful morning as welcome my wonderful guest, Aderonke Mary Oyelaki. Good morning, ma.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
And thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
All right, okay. The second person I'll be introducing to you, it's good to have a mix. When you have it from the female angle, you also have it from a male angle. But this other guest is not also he's not just a male. He's a legal practitioner. Hmm. He was born into the family of Mr. and Mrs. Jacob Olani Jegede on the 19th of May. I won't tell you the year. He had his primary education at St. Bernard Nursery and Primary School, Gowon Estate, Ipaja, Lagos. Secondary education at Federal Government College, Odogbolu, Ogun State, and his higher education at Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State, where he studied law. Thereafter, he furthered his pursuit and dream for law by attending the Nigerian Law School, Lagos campus, and was called to bar on the 28th November 2013. He's a practicing wide experience in litigation, corporate and commercial practice, family law, property law, to mention but a few. He has practiced law in most states in the South and the Middle-Belt. He has his offices at 125 Egbeda Akonjo Road, Akonjo. That is where his office is. In case so, after you've heard everything he has to say on the program today, and you want to reach out to him, that's where his office is. And if you want to go through me, you go pay. He is married to his beautiful wife, Ayoyemi Milola Jegede, and he is blessed with 2 boys. This morning, I have the honor to welcome on the program Oluwa Gbeminiyi Akiola Jegede. Good morning, Tad.
Good morning. Thank
And
you
thank
for
you,
having me.
thank you for joining us on the program this morning. And there's another person that is with me in the studio right here. We'll be doing this together. We're asking them wonderful questions together. Oluwatosin. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Okay. Today we're talking about domestic violence. Let's go legal. All right. Let me start from our wonderful woman first. Domestic violence. Okay. Can you just expand on it? If you talk about domestic violence, a lot of people just what comes to our mind is slap, beat. Help us break it down. Domestic violence.
Okay, from the word domestic, it shows that it happens in the confine of a home setting or an environment where people live, maybe a workplace where people are and there's communal living, people are living together in that environment. So when you say domestic violence, so any violence that happens within the confines of a home, of a place where someone lives or maybe work, because we also have violence in a place of work and all of those things. So we have any type of violence that happens amongst 2 or 3 persons. Let's say a wife, it could be boyfriend and girlfriend, it could be between brothers and sisters, it could be between neighbors and tenants,
okay,
it could be within anyone, a male or female, within the confines of a home. So that's why we say domestic violence. And this violence, there are different types of violence. So when we say physical violence, we are looking at violence that you can see that could have resulted into any type of injury, that I can see scars, I can see marks, you eat someone, you slap someone, there's a mark on the person's face, or the face is dark, you cut someone, any type of violence that is towards the person's physical being, that I can see with my eyes that you actually did something harmful to this person, and it affected the person's body part. Some people break arm, like the small boy that we saw just recently that the father broke the arm. It's something that is visible for him. So when we say sexual, of course, it has to do with the organs of the person's body, maybe the sexual organs and all. So any type of violence perpetrated towards the person's sexual organs, maybe you assaulted, maybe you actually defiled the child, you had carnal knowledge of someone without the person's consent. And that consent, that's for whether you're friends, whether you're married. If there's no consent, you can't have sexual knowledge of the person. It must come from the mind of both parties that I am consenting to what you want to do with me. So when it's for children, you don't even go there. It's a case against the state. And I think that's for Lagos State I'm aware of. And the child right law also says something to that extent, but let's take it at that. So we also have that type of violence, which could be financial violence. We have seen such a violence. Okay, taking the case of Osinachi as an example, she went through different types of violence. There was not only the one we saw physical, it was financial abuse and economic abuse. She's working and all of money is being controlled and managed by someone that you can't even take. Before you can take from the money you earned, it has to be, understand. So there are different types of violence, and I think I've mentioned a few.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Now, thank you for mentioning that, but there is one that I've been thinking over the years about this particular one, because a lot of people don't really go into that. That's
Emotional abuse, yes.
Yes.
It's actually much more. The damage is actually much more. Even statistics have proven that someone that is silenced in marriage, you just see the person committed suicide. And you're wondering, they've been very happy, you see the surface, they go out, they're always blissful, they put pictures everywhere. She hears the things that is spoken to her mind, to her soul every day, that you are this, you are worthless. This causes a lot of issues that can even result into health challenges. So that aspect is even much more deeper, and it can last longer. Because the physical, at times, you could heal from maybe scars,
people run
but
to rescue.
the one inside, you can't cover it. It's hidden, and it can lead to depression and several other health issues. That is even much more. And I think that also goes a long way, that we need to make more awareness that even if you're experiencing emotional abuse, don't take it lightly. Don't say, he has not started beating me until he beats me before I say something. No, it's eating so deep into you that you're not aware of. You might just be hearing, you're worthless, a useless woman since I married you, my life has not been the same, things have changed. You keep taking it everywhere you go, and it's going to affect your entire being. So I think it's very important we pay attention to it.
All right, okay. Now let me ask our legal officer here. The question I'm about to ask you, I still want to dwell on this emotional. Now, when she was talking from the angle of a man abusing a woman emotionally. But these days, I think men too are abused. So I want you to speak on behalf of men. I'm not saying you have experience.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Of the truth, there's a statistics abuses that we find men perpetrate on women, or say in the marriage or in any relationship. Most of them, not all. Now, I'm not giving this as an excuse for men,
Okay.
but however, most of them as a result of actions,
From the-
abuses
from the woman.
from the woman. Particularly verbal. Let me share this. I've experienced one while, though not personally, there's no action without a cause.
All right, okay. My next question I will ask both of you, but I want to start from you, from where he stopped. Like the actions of men are based on the abuse from the women, which I won't say I agree 100%, but at least let me just stand on that. It's the truth. But because the man beats or did a physical abuse, so we don't want to hear what the woman did. We just castigate or we just punish the man. I'm coming. There was a woman. I watched a video. So it's a conference, women conference. So this woman stood up and she was saying something. No, I think she was part of the speakers. So she said
we should respect one another. Don't talk to me anyhow because I'm human being at first before I become your husband or a wife. Then you should treat me like a human being. You give me respect, I respect you. You know, those kind of thing. You show love, you give love, you get back love. So I think is the awareness. It has to be increased. People need to know.
Okay.
Couples need to know. Like that instance you gave, I don't think that should be the right thing. That because he's a military man doesn't mean he should unleash on his wife because he is not a talking type. That's not being a responsible man. That you can just eat her every time she talks, and she taking blame on herself. Of course, we should always check ourselves. We have our excesses as human beings. Whether you're a human being, whether you're a man or a woman, don't say because I'm talking too much, which you should also watch. Because if you are emotionally intelligent, you will know when you're hurting the other person.
Yeah.
Then you will take cognizance of that I need to stop. This is hurting this person. Then when you speak too much and you now say, oh, because I talk too much, that's why it's always eating me. I don't think you should be able to give that, as in, for you to just say it that way, that because I talk, that's why it gives me this. You already said it all, that you have already done everything to yourself, that this is why you are getting beaten every day. And I don't think that is right. Because the man can also refrain himself from beating and look for how they can get help. There are professionals that can talk to the woman. He can report her. But maybe because of his status, a military man, who should I go and report to? Let me deal with her.
Yeah.
But I think it's a mindset thing.
If I may have,
Okay.
we must know that when an attack, or let's say when an abuse is meted on you, whatever response you are given must be equal to the abuse. Where you can't come and plead self-defense, or you are trying to defend yourself when you are abused, and then you are eating the woman when she has not eat you. But the law frowns on that.
Okay.
So whatever response you are giving back must be equal to whatever that is coming. However, we know that yes, in the case of verbal abuse, we know that one party could be more heated than the other. And for a man, I believe that there is a need for you to be able to control emotions before you go into marriage. You must be a master of your emotions. You must be a master of your character. You must be a master of your moods. So anger management ends.
Okay.
When you know that you cannot take it, walk
away.
All right, okay. As a lawyer, as a legal
Yes.
practitioner, let's turn the table now.
Yes.
I just saw a picture online this week about a popular actor, I forgot the name, that walked out of his marriage. It was a wife abusing him, beating him. I don't know if you saw that picture.
It's so funny actually because men also get beaten by their wives.
Yes, when I saw it, I was like,
Yeah.
this guy, really?
Oh,
Because I
that's
got
what-
into that situation, like, oh, really, this guy. So now, in that situation, is there, are you saying the same punishment that we're given to a man will be given to that woman?
Of a truth. Now, I would like
So
to.
there is no gender in law?
No. I would like to read out a section of the Lagos State Protection Against Domestic Violence Law. But that's section 18G. It says that the Lagos State Domestic Violence Law defines domestic violence to include physical abuse, sexual abuse, exploitation, including but not limited to rape, incest, both with offensive or poisonous substance damage.
Alright, I want to.
We've seen some men, oh, don't go there.